Hi, everybody. Welcome to Glow with Grace. I'm really thrilled and feeling very blessed to introduce you today to a friend of mine in Belgium called Marta. And she has an amazing unassisted birth story to share with us. Her daughter is 3 months old. So, this is a 3-month-old unassisted birth story. And hi, Marta, to begin with.
Hello, Angela. Hello, everybody.
Thanks for
Hello,
joining us
Belgium.
today.
You're welcome.
So, Marta, you actually have had 3 births in your lifetime, and the first 2 were in hospital. Could you give us a little bit of your background before this unassisted birth, the first 2 births that you experienced?
Okay, so the first two births, one of them, the first was 17 years ago, because my daughter is already 17 years old.
Crazy.
And yes, I was pretty young, and I was like, I really didn't had any clue what's going on, because my mother kind of didn't inform me, like it's usual nowadays that the parents don't talk about it. So I relied mostly on the doctor and on the hospital, and I followed trainings, preparation from the health insurance for the birth, and it was everything like nice and normal. And we made some gymnastic or something on the gymnastic ball. And the delivery was actually very good. I mean, everything started very nicely at home. I didn't know I have contractions. It was painless. I just had a bath. I stayed in bath all night long. I was like, okay, I stayed a little bit more. And around 4 o'clock, I asked my husband, "Oh, would you drive me to the hospital?" And he, "Oh, no, don't go there now." And I was like, "But why?" And he was like, "Yeah, the doctors probably sleep, the good doctors, and nowadays not good doctor." And I was like, okay, it was in Germany. I was like, and he, "Yeah, let's wait till 7. I'm sure then the new good doctor will come and he will be awake." And I was like, strange, but okay, I stay in a bath. So I stayed basically in the bath, and it was probably a very good idea, because we came to the hospital on the very last minute.
Oh my God.
And and I've heard about water birds. So I came to the hospital, like naive as I was, with 21. I was like, "Oh, well, I would like to have water birds." And they're like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, water birds. We don't have a water bird here." And I was like, "Oh, but in a training for bird, they talked about it and we could have it." And I was like, "Yeah, but this hospital is not specialized for it. But we have a bath, normal bath here. You can take the bath." And I was like, "Okay." So I started to make myself naked in front of them and go into bath. And then immediately the bird started to go fast. So, and from then on, it started to be not, of course, not so comfortable. It was not comfortable at all, nothing of it. But they put me very fast on kind of bed on wheels, and started to drive me very fast into operation room. And I had any clue what was going on, and why are they doing this? Why they put me in the laying position of this bed? Why they are very fast running with me through the hospital? And and then the bird started, and I pushed. It was everything okay. I didn't have any pain. And finally, the midwife said, "Oh, the head is there." And I was like, "Oh, wow, great! I didn't expect it to be so painless." And then, but then she saw the umbilical cord around the neck, and she called the doctor. And in that time, also, so suddenly, like 10 students came into my limited view. I was like, "What are these guys doing there? Like watching me now?" I was like, "What is this? Nobody talked to me about this." But you have no choice then. So it was terrible. These people watching, and then doctor came. I never saw this doctor before. I just saw scissors and cut. I was like, "What the hell? What is this?" What did they do? I was just starting to scream on the doctor. They didn't inform me about anything, didn't talk to me. And by the way, my hands have been tied to the bed, So it was terrible. But the girl, Michelle, came out very well, and she was sweet, and this was kind of forgotten in the background. So, for the next years, I didn't want to have a children. It was like, I was like, not such a nightmare, not again. I mean, this was really not, that was basically that.
That was your first birth. Wow, what an
It was
experience.
first birth. It was terrible experience. It was hidden in me, this trauma for many years. I wanted to go back to this doctor and talk to her, like, what did you did to me? Why did you did it? I really had a hidden, I was very mad on her. But yeah, I didn't never manage to go and visit her again.
Wow. So how old was your first daughter when you went into your next birth?
Yeah, she was just, she's now 17. She was 16.
But you had another birth in between, right?
Ah, yes, you mean, yes. Yeah. Yes, she was 16. No, she was 15 then, 15.
Wow, so you waited 15 years before giving birth.
I waited 15 years. I met the right man in my life, and yes, it was very beautiful, everything. We got pregnant very fast. It was absolutely big love and everything, so yeah.
And then what happened with the second birth? That was also in hospital, right?
It was in hospital, and I planned again water birth, because now I told myself, okay, let's go for water birth again. Let's go for professional water birth. So I chose clinic, especially which are very well known for water births. Actually, worldwide, this clinic had a good name for water births. So actually, I thought I'm making a good choice. So we lived in Brussels, and we just even moved to this small city where this clinic was. So I even changed the doctors on a very last minute and went, so in order to have this specialized doctor for this water birth. So yes, so I chose the clinic for water birth.
So it was kind of a birth center rather than a hospital.
Can you repeat the question?
It was kind of like a birth center rather than a hospital.
No, it is a real hospital.
Oh, okay.
where they have a unit with a water birth equipment. But it's a different water birth than you know. You probably know these round water pools which you can put in your home when you plan home birth. But it's from glass, and it's very uncomfortable. It's like glass. It's like pool table. You know, the doctor can see through the glass, so you are in water. And it's very small, so it's like, yeah, it's very small. I was in a strange position in this pool. I couldn't relax at all. Yeah.
And what happened with this birth?
It started very beautiful. So, and the clinic made a huge advertisement for it. So it's like marketing. There have been really a lot of people in the audience when they made this info sessions evenings. And so this was a very tragical birth. So it's very difficult for me to talk about it. Yeah. It started because the problem is that it started very beautiful. So they had two pools. One is for relaxing, where I was able to be with my husband, and one is this glass table pool. So first you can relax, and then you are asked to go to another pool to deliver. Yeah. And the problem was that in the morning when I got to contractions, then I thought, wow, today is the day, let's go to the hospital. We will have the water birth and everything is fine, there are no problems. The doctor said everything is very good. So let's go there and let's enjoy the relax pool and everything. So and I shouldn't do that. I should stay at home with the contractions and wait. But I was like going to some wellness, you know. It was really not, when I look backwards, it's like, oh my God. So, but we came to the clinic, and what happened, I didn't saw a doctor for 6 hours. I was just surrounded with one student and one very young nurse, and they were checking on the heartbeat of the baby, and everything was fine. But 6 hours I was in a room, stuck in a room, not in a relaxed pool. So, and I was eating this bad food there. I mean, I was like hungry. I was like, what is this? It was really not small room, not like that advertised. So, and the problem when we later found out another birth was going on in the pool area. So they, you know, I needed to wait. Right. So I waited basically 6 hours for going into the pools. And finally, when the doctor came after the 6 hours, I was already tired from contractions, kind of, and I was on the bed and I was falling asleep. And the doctor came into the room. Oh, would you like to go to deliver? I was like looking at her like, I don't know really. I was like, what is she asking me? I don't feel like that. But I went, and they started, from that point, they started to induce me. And, induce with they broke, first they let me relax in this relax pool for 15 minutes. Have been still very happy, with my husband, hugging, kissing, and all this. It was a beautiful sunny day. It was very, very romantic, but the doctor was waiting a little bit, and then, oh, can I break your water? And I was like, I was thinking, I was trusting them because, I don't know, I thought water birds, they're doing natural things, and breaking water is something I thought, maybe it's natural. So I allowed her to break the water, and then they started to do another interventions just to speed up. So I came into the pools at 2 o'clock afternoon and came out and the baby came out at 4. So, and the doctor could go home then afterwards. So, so they started to speed up with this breaking the water. And when I was in this strange plastic glass, I don't know, it's plastic, transparent table pool, it didn't kind of. The contraction stopped a little bit because first I put my hand into the water and was like, oh my god, this is too hot, I'm not going inside. And they told me, no, it's good for baby, they're coming out fast when it's a little bit more warm. I was like, no, I'm not going inside. I refused. So I already blocked. So I'm sure that my hormones already started to go down, the birth hormones, because I was a little bit already scared, like, what is this? And they add a little bit cold water. So then I went in and nothing was progressing. And then, but I had contractions, but not so strong. So they started to push on my belly. One nurse and one student, I know, two persons started to push my belly like this. And there's a special name for this technique. I don't know, I forgot now the special name. But it's actually very old. They shouldn't do it anymore. It's sometimes they break the bones of the babies when they do it. But I didn't know. I thought it's natural because they're using their hands, or I don't know. I thought, okay, this is the water bird apparently. So I still trusted them, and then they it still didn't progress. So she asked me, oh, can I give you something which will speed up the delivery? And I was like, yeah, what it is? And she blah 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 blah, something technical. I didn't know. I had no idea about these things. Oh yeah, okay. So, and I agreed, and it was the oxytocin, the artificial oxytocin, and so she put it basically in my arm, in the muscle, and from this point it was like alien was inside me. So very, very strong contractions. It was terrible, and like from that point it was a nightmare for us and for the baby. So because the baby didn't survive all this very well, so he came out after pushing him out, like normally babies go, they're going alone out. But I felt that he's not really well going, and that they were not supporting me anymore. They were just staring at me, and I was like, okay, no, this is not good. So I stopped to trust him. I knew I need to get him out of me. So it was basically this, and I was pushing like crazy. It was really terrible. And he came out with face first, and this was the. Afterwards, we were reading like, okay, it's not possible to give a birth like with this and like this with face first. So I still don't know what happened actually, how it was possible that I gave this birth. So he came out with APGAR 1, so it was very low. They needed to reanimate him and transfer him to another clinic. So he was still a little bit alive.
Wow.
Yes. And he was beautiful. First thing I told him, oh, you are so beautiful, but I didn't saw that he's so not like, the life was not really there. So, yes.
And he didn't make it.
He actually didn't make it, but they kept him alive. They kept him alive for 3 days to check what's going on. They tried to save him with a special method, Eskimo method, to cool the body down. So 3 days, absolute terror, the worst the parents can experience.
Yeah.
And I didn't saw again the gynecologist who made this birth with me. She didn't even came to say something or.
Right.
So very, very bad. And even later, yes, it was very bad how they treated us. Very, very bad.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you have further questions to this, because there's still things happened afterwards. The clinic lied to us and stuff like this. So. Yes, and the problem is that it was a little clinic, and that this little clinic has a mother clinic. So the big clinic tried to cover everything and try to treat us good, but the little clinic was out of the game. For us, these people are not reachable anymore.
Right.
And yes, they promised us that they examine the placenta, so we kept calm. And then, when we wanted to talk with the doctor about the placenta, she told us basically that the student throw it away, that they don't have it and stuff like this. So it was really, we felt, it was a roller coaster. You really, like, we were jumping from the cliff.
Right.
You jump from the cliff and you don't know where you fall, and it was still like that the last 2 years. Actually, we were falling, and now. We got another baby, but and I believe another baby is healing our trauma extremely.
Yeah. So it was like 2 years ago you lost the little boy.
Yes, 2 years ago we lost. Yes.
I'm so sorry for your experience. It's really tragic.
Yes.
But as you said, out of that extreme sorrow and tragedy, you now are rising up, and you had a beautiful birth experience now.
Yes, indeed. And it's again like we were falling, and then we are rising. Yes, to the start. We are really in the clouds now. We are safe on the cloud number 7 or something like that.
Wow. So you had your little girl. What's her name? Vicky.
Yes, Vicky.
You had her 3 months ago.
Yes, 3 months ago.
How was your pregnancy with Vicky?
Oh my God, it was absolutely amazing pregnancy. But I prepared a long time for this pregnancy, of course, through all the grief, and maybe we couldn't get pregnant very fast, and I needed something to plan a good pregnancy. So I told myself, let's detox, let's get in shape again, so you will be very, very well fit for this another baby. So I basically prepared very, very much for the birth of Vicky and for the pregnancy. So and basically I need to say that raw food and living foods really saved it all, because they kept me in a good mood, and my husband and my daughter. So we surrounded us with living things, like we have been growing. Sprouting, everything which was growing. Got new fishes to the aquarium, new plants. We made a new plan for life, to be more for the life. That the life balance it again. The extremely tragic should be balanced with extremely green stuff.
Nice. And why did you choose unassisted birth for this time around?
That was my secret. Of course, I couldn't really talk to the people that, my wish would be that it would be unassisted, no doctors, nobody. Because they really, when I started to talk to the people like this, they were like, okay, nice to hear, but I wish you would go to hospital. You would be safer. And I was like, okay. I stopped to talk like this. So I stopped to talking like this, and I made a triple plan actually. For the case that I would need to go to hospital, for the case I would deliver at home with midwives, I searched for great midwives. I had a very great midwife team, absolutely amazing people. So one midwife as a friend for the emotional stuff, and she gave me a lot of advices and a lot of ideas. And one midwife for the home birth. So I had actually a team also for home birth. So.
Wow.
Yes. So I had a trip plan and also backup for the clinic. So with a special doctor because in last month I even changed doctors because when I presented for the clinic where I would end up if it would go wrong, I presented the birth plan and the doctor started to show concerns where I told myself I cannot go with this doctor. She's okay, she's a professional, but she don't believe a woman can give a birth in a squat position. Right. And she told me, no, women nowadays they cannot do it. I was like, I can. And she, no, you know, it's very difficult. And she started to show me how to do it. And, you know, the muscles and everything. And I was like, this is something strange. And then I also told her that I don't want episiotomy.
Episiotomy, yeah.
Yeah. And she, okay, if you don't want this, you know, you will tear apart. Then cesarean. It's like, okay, I'm going. You're like fired or something. And I found another doctor. And because I needed this approval kind of that I would be really without the fear. I wanted someone from the doctors tell me that it's very good. So I went after this experience to another doctor, to one very good doctor. Actually, I know her already, and she had a look and she told that the baby is in absolute perfect position and that I could deliver at home and she don't have any concerns.
Nice.
And then she told, but we would like to have you here. We would like to keep an eye on you. And I was like, oh yeah, this is what I wanted to hear. Let's go home. And I was so happy. After I heard this, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I knew I will do it. And I didn't know that I will do it alone. Absolutely alone.
Oh, wow.
Except that my daughter calling for catching the baby, otherwise it will fall on the ground. Because in the squatting position, you cannot really... I was not prepared for this, how I catch my baby if I would be completely alone.
Right.
So our heart, you know, in a nature, you could probably put the baby on the soft or something. So, but so it was, yeah. So I had a triple plan.
Wow,
and
amazing.
One of these plans just came good.
And
the secret wish.
So where did you give birth? You were at home. Where were you?
I was basically. We should actually go sleep with my husband, and I started to have some strange. It was pain like a back pain. Like normally, if you have this, you ask your husband, "Oh, can you give me massage?" And I ask him, "Oh, can you give me massage?" I thought, "Oh, this will go away. This is not the birth starting yet." And he gave me massage, but it stayed there. I was like, I need another pain relief. So could we have some nice time? And he, oh yeah, but why do you ask like this? You're ordering me like this. I said, yeah, I need it now. And I knew very well that if we have some very nice time in a bed, that my oxytocin levels will rise. So I did everything that the natural hormones, oxytocin can rise alone. And this is the birth hormone. So, and okay, we did it, and I felt very good, and then I felt okay, but it's still there. Okay, let's have a bath, then it will go away. But I already was thinking, no, this is going a little bit more serious, because in a bath it started to be like more the contractions, but it went very fast. So it went like from, you cannot really count on these standard countings. It went so fast that. Because we called the midwife, and the midwife asked him, okay, how often does Marta has the contraction? He told her, every 7 minutes. So it went from 0 to 7. It was really like amazing fast. And I knew, okay, I'm in a bath. And she, okay, give her 1 hour more, so I will come then. And but it went so fast, so I was in my bed, I put aromatherapy, everything, and then, but I knew, okay, what, I was thinking, because this was one of my tiger in my head, the fear, what if something happened, they will transfer you to the clinic. So I told myself, okay, let's do the enema at home, because sometimes they do it in a clinic, or you know what, during the birth, delivery, it comes out when you push, and I didn't want it to have this, because this is something, I didn't want to have anything like dirty during the delivery, not even home or in the clinic. So I did an enema, and then it was even faster or something. It was, I don't know. It was just, I felt like on some train, and things were going. I was like natural element, like some kind of waves, and I just was shouting from my husband, like, bring me some food. And he, what do you want? Apples. Then, but I always sent him out of the bathroom because I couldn't stand it. Nobody there. I was like, when he was there, I had a contraction. I couldn't really breathe ecstatic because I needed to like be like really ecstatic. And he was like, so I sent him away, like, go out. And also my daughter, because she wanted to help me. Oh no, go sleep. I sent her away, go sleep. But I was shouting there in the bathroom like, some kind of orgy or something. And it was very, very fast. And then my husband called the midwife, and she was telling, oh yeah, I'm coming. And then the door was ringing, the ring bell, but Victoria was actually already coming, and I was like, oh my God, what is this? I was like, okay, Michelle, come in. And my daughter, come in, have a look. What's going on? Oh yeah, the head is there. I was like, what? Okay, you need to catch it. And she so cool and calm. She was like, okay, Mom, don't worry. I will have her, but you need a little bit push. And I was like, no, I'm not pushing. Why should I push? She will come. No, Mom, I believe you need to push a little bit because she's like she should come out. She's not stacking, but so, okay, I pushed like 3 times. She came out.
Wow.
And she slid into the hands of my daughter. And my daughter was like very calm, like, wow, amazing for 17 years old. Wow. And she gave the baby to me then. I was like, I received the baby. Then I already heard my husband hurrying and the midwife the stairs up. Like, I had the baby. I looked at her. I was like, breathe. Yeah. And she looked at me like, like babies are doing with the hands after delivery. They're like,
yeah.
And she breathed a little bit and stopped and looked at me, very big eyes. And I was like, no, breathe again, please. I thought she needed to scream or something. And like it is, normally they scream, huh? But in a clinic, they provoke them sometimes of the scream. So from alone, she started, okay, I breathe again. So you see, and then midwife was there, and I was really not sure. I was like, what is this? She's not screaming, but she was breathing and doing sounds. And midwife was already like at the door. I was like, is she okay? Is she okay? And midwife, yeah, I already heard from the street that it will be okay, because I was like in this very loud. So from that, so the midwife was then there. We waited for the umbilical cord. No, for the placenta. Yes, we waited for the placenta.
Wow.
In a bed, comfortable, in a very nice bed, very comfortable bathroom with aromatherapy, everything. We have been smiling. We have like so ecstatic. There was no pain, no blood. My daughter apparently cleaned very fast something. I don't even know what, because I didn't really saw something. Just very beautiful, very comfortable. We have been like on some kind of drugs or something. We have been so high.
So the baby, you were like kind of on the bathroom floor when she came out. The baby, you weren't in the bath anymore.
No. Because it was too warm in the bath, and I was so hot. So I opened the window in the bath. I needed air. I was like, I need to breathe. I need fresh air. I need to breathe. I need oxygen. I could, in a clinic, you cannot do it. So I was, but it was too hot, and I was holding first on our kind of little heating which we have additionally there, and it was like under some surfboard. It was like I was like really in the waves, and then I was like holding on the bath. I was holding on the bath, but I was not in it. So squatting there, yes, she almost came on the floor.
Wow. And how long did you guys leave the umbilical cord before you cut it?
That was I would leave it till it fall from alone. It was my wish too, secret wish. But my husband was against it. He agreed on 1.5 hour. Yes. Till the placenta came out, basically, and then we made some ritual. So we waited 1.5 hour, And then the placenta came out from alone, and everybody was waiting there watching me, but it was fine for me. I was not stressed anymore. I was so high and so pumped with my own oxytocin from all the happiness and all the privacy we had and I had, that I didn't need it. It was okay for me when the midwife watched. And so my daughter made them some ritual with the placenta. She put a flower on it, and yes, she was playing also on guitar, but I believe it was quite a little bit later then. So in a family bed all together. It was very beautiful. Not comparable to the Streisand clinics, not comparable.
Right. So for you, it seems like this was a very empowering experience and very healing as well.
This was, first of all, a very healing experience for the previous 2 birth traumas. Even the first birth was very good outcome. Michelle is so talented, so amazing, such an amazing girl, very independent, talented, gifted, blessed. Of course, it was totally and empowering very much. And I still don't know in which way I'm empowered. So I just leave it on me. I just enjoy now the after waves. So I'm still on clouds, but not so high anymore. But but still a little bit in shock. Like comparing these two, it's very difficult to compare it. There's no balance, because of course the one is so deep. So I don't really want to go there to this deepness, to these depths.
Yeah.
I'm missing sometimes the English words, forgive me. So empowering pretty much, because I know now what women are actually capable of. I was empowered also by the one midwife I've had, Lieve from Antwerpen. I'm so thankful to her, because she always calmed me down when the baby was still not turned and stuff like this. And she told me all the time that I can do it, and she's promoting all these birds, natural birds, and she don't make any interventions. Actually, she's the knitting midwife in the corner when you call her. She's not there, and that's exactly what the midwife should be about. So yeah, it's really shocking to learn after all, because this knowledge we don't have anymore. Nobody is really talking about this, that it's possible. Everybody is sent directly to the clinic. Even our own mothers don't talk about their traumas, because they had the traumas as well. My own mother told me when I was now pregnant with Vicky, and if they offer a cesarean, do it, because of your age, and do it to cesarean. You are already like your age, And I was like, okay, mom. I was like, I didn't tell her my plan. She would freak out.
And what have people's reactions been like since Vicky's birth? And since people found out you did unassisted?
They were shocked. Everybody's like shocked, because my friends and all people I know, a lot of people, they never heard about it basically. So, and if they heard, maybe only they don't know this person. So, but they have been, they sent often the card also for Michelle, because Michelle was for them a hero. And I'm very thankful that I give this present to Michelle as a woman, young woman. Yeah, she saw this birth, and it was healing for her too, because she suffered extremely for what happened to Niels, and for her it was like, and this has completely healed her too. So she received also gifts, and so the people who have been like, they still believe that it's magic. So people. There's not enough information about it, of course. It's you need to search alone, you need to read the books. I was preparing for this delivery, like I read 7-8 books or something, and I have them all here. One raw food book, unassisted childbirth book from Shenley, Orgasmic Birth, my absolutely favorite book. Oh my God! And the one truth from this book will also explain it, that the body is not able to handle two. Pain and pleasure at once. It's only able to handle the pleasure. So if you see the birth as a pleasure, and you kind of go into this ecstatic kind of thing, it really works. It's in the head, it's in the brain. So the brain probably order everything and release the necessary hormones of love, of oxytocin, not artificial, deadly one, but the real oxytocin. Yes, so.
And do you think if you were ever to give birth again, would you choose unassisted again?
Yes, definitely. Oh my God! Now I would go for it, of course. I have a dream of dolphins. I've heard about the liver in nature in the ocean. I heard about dolphins midwives.
Yeah.
Which swim to the belly and they really sense it. And this is something I would like to experience, maybe in pregnancy. Also, that the dolphin could kind of make connection or something. This is still my dream.
Beautiful. And if there are any women watching this who are thinking, wow, I want to do that, I want to go for that, I want to do unassisted, what guidance would you give them?
Oh my God, I would say one word: go holistic. And that means learn and educate yourself, because nobody will teach you this. This is only midwives are learning this. And I even don't believe midwives in classical schools, but special midwives like which are supporting also Robin Lim and Ina May Gaskin. There are some leaders in a childbirth, real childbirth protectors kind of. It's a huge movement on internet. Oh my God, I was shocked about it. And they are all teaching this. Michael Odent, books from Michael Odent, I read them all. He explains the role of the hormones. And I'm like shivering because it's such a big knowledge what these people are teaching and promoting. They are also coming to Belgium in 2-3 months. Midwifery.com comes here. Michael Odent again. So go to conferences for midwives. It's not only for midwives, it's for women. Wow. Women need to edit themselves. That's we need to gain again we need to take the responsibility in our own hands, because if you give it to the third person, no matter who it is, they decide for you, and this is not good. You need to trust yourself. You need to learn about intuition probably a lot. I learned about intuition a lot because I believe this was in my case that I believe I had no intuition when I trusted this doctor.
Yeah.
Also with the tragic delivery. So I try to learn about intuition. How do you trust people? Which people promote good health and life? So this is kind of distinctions everybody need to or should. I really put hand on my heart. Please do it, because otherwise it's just the classical. Yes, standard deliveries, which need to go on time from 9 to 5 probably, and they have methods to speed up. So they try to make you scary probably with something like your body don't work normal, it should go faster, and stuff like this. So no, this is not good for the hormones. Then your hormones get bad. You start to worry, and the hormones, this oxytocin goes less and less. It's less and less released. And it's not good, because then you just start to protect yourself and you release more adrenaline, and that stops the birth. And then they have this artificial hormone again. So it's like, yeah.
I love that you said that. I love that you encourage people to learn more, because, even for you, this was your third birth. And it's like, people might think, well, by the time you're at your third birth, what would you be reading books for? But I love your freshness and your humility with that, your humbleness, just like, I want to learn something different. I don't want to do what happened before. What's different? What do I want to do? I love that you are encouraging people to do that. So thank you.
Yes, I believe it doesn't matter how many births you gave. If it happened in a hospital, I don't know. You cannot learn, because then you only perform how they ask you to perform. And 17 years ago there was no internet. I couldn't reach Ina May Gaskin. I never heard about this woman. She was probably forbidden or something. Or I lived in Czechoslovakia. It was communistic, socialistic country. Ina May Gaskin, I'm sure she was forbidden. She was the witch probably, or midwives didn't even existed in Slovakia. So So we all need we need to teach something which is already all the time there, but we didn't have access to it.
Right.
You know, now through internet we all can, and through such a wonderful videos like you do, we can access the informations.
Right.
I've heard about unassisted birth also from you, I believe, first time.
Yeah. Wow, what an amazing healing for your whole family line. If you're saying that you came from that kind of old Soviet reality, it's just a huge healing for your whole family. I love that. Congratulations for your amazing transformation. I think it's incredible. I admire you so much for how you turned everything around. I really think a lot of women watching this might feel like, oh, I couldn't do that. I would have to go to hospital or something. And maybe watching your story and hearing your experiences, maybe more women feel that empowerment inside them. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah, you're welcome, Angela. I thank you also.
So if people want to get in touch with you, Marta, is there anywhere that they could find you? Are you open to people contacting you?
Yes, they actually could. I don't know if friends of me from Belgium will see it. They know how to, some people know me, so they know how to reach me. I'm also leading the raw food user group in Belgium. Belgium Goes Raw, where the people share information about healthy living. And but I have also a website where is the story of this ecstatic birth and also of the tragic birth. But I plan to put them together on one website, but the domains are not linked yet. So it will be www.twofacesofbirth.com. But yeah, it's not there yet.
Two phases of birth.
Yes, it's very difficult to put it on one website. Such a terrible story, this terrible story with a good story. But I need to find it like balance, like what's possible, and I will do it somehow.
So what are the names of the two websites where people can currently see your two different stories?
One of them is on Blogspot. So it's 123birthfree.blogspot.com.
Okay.
And one is, and the second one, the tragical, is on a real domain. It's whitepigeon.info. And these are all the backgrounds with artificial oxytocin. Is there letter to placenta of Niels, which has been thrown away. Then the augmented birth story of Niels is there. So people can have ideas. And some people even recognize themselves with oxytocin. Oxytocin is the same like in US Pitocin.
Right.
Pitocin is administered in boxers, and the woman needs to be observed on monitors. So how the heartbeat is of the baby. So this pitocin, oxytocin, syntocin, and that's the names of these very, very dangerous medications. They also stopped the flow of love, of hormones to the baby when administered, even through the Baxter. And that's the opinion not only from me, I learned it from Michael Dan, so it's not my opinion. I just learned it, I experienced that. So.
All right, great. Thank you so much again, Marta. Absolutely beautiful story. Thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you, Angela. Thank you for sharing this and make a place for something like this. I'm sure it will help a lot of people, a lot of women. I hope so.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. Thank you again. Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste.